Hey guys, welcome to my home. I'm Kim, and today I wanted to give y'all kind of a garden tour for March. I have planted some things I didn't actually record earlier, so I want to go through what I've planted, some new things I'm going to be trying out. We also have a funeral arranged. More on that later. But I do have a confession to make. Last post a video about how juicing cured my allergies. Now, I do believe juicing cured my allergies. However, I'm a little bit allergy ridden right now. They attacked me 2 days ago. But the reason is life got crazy. I got busy. I didn't take the time to juice. And so I didn't drink juice for about two and a half weeks. Shame on me. However, sometimes, life just does happen. And you're just going to get sick. No matter if you eat healthy, eat your whole foods, eat your high vitamins, minerals, all that kind of stuff. Juicing is amazing. It does help. You need your vegetables, and that is a terrific way to combat allergies and other ailments. But I digress. I'm going to show you around. This is my garlic. I think we have a few more months on it. Over here, we have potatoes. So I have a mixture of potatoes. I planted red, russet, yellow, purple, which is the first for me. I thought it would be fun. All the things are in here. They've only been planted by like 3 weeks. I did hill them up twice and then I gave up, but they're on their own. I feel like this is great soil and it doesn't have a bottom to the bed. They can go into the native soil if they want to. Plenty of room to produce roots, which is amazing. Now I have a question. Who was the first person to try potatoes? And did they taste the tops? Did they get sick? Did they die? And my lovely strawberry bed, which is amazing this year. It is doing so well. Oh, look at this one. It's ready to eat. Riley, you want it? Nope. Look at that one. Look at this one. They're so beautiful. They're so much bigger than last year, and it's because of the soil. The soil is so important, guys. You have to get a really good soil. Now, this is topsoil with some composted cow manure. I don't know why this bed is not doing as well as that bed, but it's not. Here you go. But one thing might be because these were my little runts. They were the ones that really shriveled up, if you watch that video of me planting potatoes. And I just threw them in here and hoping for the best. So that might have something to do with it. I have 2 rows of butternut squash on the back there. Then I have a bantam corn in the middle. And then I have some, well, that's collards trying to make its way back. Unbelievable. Zucchini. And then some crookneck yellow squash in this bed. Cameron grew some, what are these? Lima beans for Girl Scouts when we did a little gardening thing. So we transplanted them out, and we actually have one more to transplant. It's growing, they grow so quickly, guys. It's so amazing. And she has fun with that, so. Let's move over here. These are my blackberries. They are doing amazing. My raspberries, you'll see in just a minute, are not as lush yet. But these are looking amazing. Here I have my flowers. And Russian sage is making a comeback. I wasn't sure if it was going to live or not. This is a Dahlia, and its friends are a lot bigger. I should have 6, but I only see 4. But they're doing well. Now these are my raspberries. They're not doing that great, but they are making a comeback. They're in the back where these are a bunch of bushes of raspberries and blackberries. But I'm not totally sure yet if that's what they are, because we do have brambles, and then we do just have stickers, or is that the right word? Briars. So some of them might be briars. I'm going to wait and see if they get flowers on them. If they get flowers on them, I will transplant them into this bed and the blackberry bed. We'll see. Right here is my Brussels sprouts, and there's actually little babies on it, finally. Let me see if I can find them for you. Saw them the other day. Oh, look, can you see in there? I think that's baby Brussels sprouts. I could be wrong. But I really think it is. Oh, yes, it is. Look right here. How adorable. Is it focused on it? Look at that. so exciting. I love Brussels sprouts, and just to be able to possibly grow them. And my hope is that it doesn't get too hot too quickly, that they bolt and don't do anything for me. So within here, I planted some sunflowers, the little teddy bear ones that don't have a center, but they're really fluffy and cute. I planted those in here. This is a pumpkin. I did some pumpkins. That one's a pumpkin, pumpkin. All the big petaled ones are pumpkins. And the rest of the little green that you do see are sunflowers. I want to have lots of sunflowers. I figured this bed and the bed next to it could be just for fun. So we still have some kale, and honestly, I'm over the kale. It's a little bit bitter. It's not my favorite, so I probably won't grow it again. None of my family really likes it either. The chard, the red and green, didn't really do much, so I don't know if I'll really grow that again either. I mean, we've been eating salads, and I'm just kind of, I don't know. I need to figure out another way to eat this stuff. Interplanted with the kale and chard are the giant, mammoth, ginormous sunflowers. Over here, guys, I'm really excited about this because I planted some acorn squash, and these are from the seeds that I saved. I saved these seeds from an acorn squash that we ate. So I'm hoping they do really well because I really like the acorn squash. And then it's just proof that you can take seed, save it, and plant it again. And I know a lot of you already know that. I do, but you know, for newbies, it's kind of scary. Like even some of the new stuff that I do plant, I'm like, is it really going to do anything? Because I just bought it and ate it, and I don't know. Is it really going to grow? So I have had some successes and failures when it comes to that. Over here is my herb bed. It's starting to fill in. I have planted some dandelion. This is one of my seed starts that we did inside when the seed starting video. So what happened was we got a really, really bad rainstorm, and I had already hardened them off, and they were sitting out here. I forgot that there was a tray underneath the seed starts. So that filled up with water, and these poor guys were drowning for like 2 days after that storm because it rained for days. When I poured it out, some of these were wilted, some were sad, some were dead. So as soon as it was not nasty outside, I came and planted them. I didn't film it, obviously, but I want to show you what did live. So dandelions, they lived. I did plant more seeds, so there's a little one coming up. That might be one, it might be a weed. I'll have to figure that out later. I planted some dill. And silly me, forgot dill is a lot like fennel and it takes over. So I was like shaking it out, like excited, and it's going to take over. I'm going to have to transplant. Now, I had a viewer tell me that fennel will take over and it like stunts growth of other plants. So if you're watching, I'll look up your name and I'll post it here. But if you're watching, I am going to transplant this. Honestly, have had no time, just been busy with kids and life and such. But I do have a big planter box or planter that I'm going to stick it in so it can be by itself and enjoy its life. So moving on, I planted sage. I think that was in the last video, but it has gotten bigger. So this is yarrow. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 little patches of yarrow. I hope it really does take. I have thyme, creeping thyme, which is not very happy. Maybe it's too much sun. Then over here I have holy basil, and I don't know, can you see in here? It's really, really tiny. But holy cow, I'm excited for the holy basil because that is the medicinal one. Feverfew, I don't think that's feverfew. I believe that is this one. Maybe this is feverfew. Don't know. That's the thing too. I like growing in pots when it's new stuff because I'm not sure, am I growing weeds or am I actually growing feverfew? I'll have to wait and see if it turns into like a plant that I'm familiar with, whether that be a weed that I need to pull or the picture that I'm looking at, if it looks like that. I know this is St. John's wort. This is borage. I'm so excited that I got 2 because I planted like 10, so 2 of them lived. Parsley, this looks like parsley, looks like curly parsley actually, so, and this is a weed. And then this is a rosemary or lavender that died. So here's another lavender. Apparently I have a thing for lavender. Doesn't everyone? And my chives are blooming. Really, really tiny stalks, but they're blooming. All right, so over here, I planted my blueberries. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 2 new blueberry bushes that I planted just for more variety, and 2 are the older ones. I've had them for like 2.5 years. They didn't do much. This one has since put on a little size. That one's pretty sad, but they were in pots. And when you're in a pot and you're somewhere that I do not see you, sometimes you don't do well because I forget to water you and feed you, right? So I decided to plant them in this nutrient-rich dirt where they would always get water because I maintain this garden except for the lawn mowing issue, and they would love it. Well, they are doing amazing. I mean, their leaves are wonderful and green, which I don't think they've ever been this green and beautiful before. But they are setting a lot of fruit. I don't know, can you see these tiny little blueberries? Hopefully I can get to those before the birds do, because birds do live above. But another fun bet. So I did the sunflowers over there. I wanted some color. I wanted some flowers. But I didn't know really where to put them in our landscape because our landscape is a mess right now and we're going to be digging out a lot of stuff and changing. So I planted seeds. So what I have in here is a little bit of amaranth, and something's been digging in my bed and just killed one of my amaranth. Oh no, it's not. Let me clean this back. Oh, so sad. Oh. Let me see. Just go in there, guy. Please don't die. Okay. So we have an armadillo that comes in here and looks for my worms and grubs and stuff, and I do appreciate that, but he doesn't eat the food, which is great too, but I don't appreciate you upsetting my plants. I mean, that is not okay. But within here, I have planted the purple salvia, the blue salvia, what else? Hollyhock. I don't know, a mixture of plants. I have it on my list what I planted and when I planted this stuff, but I just had fun just sowing seeds. Oh, zinnias. Zinnias are in here too. The giant ones, they get like 5 feet tall. So that might be some of these back here. I just went to town planting seeds and I am going to love it. Over here we have more potatoes of various kinds. And these are supposed to be the early onions. Fail. I don't know what their deal is because this soil is amazing. Everyone else enjoys it, but they have an issue. And so I will probably never plant these again. Except for this one looks like it might be rooting up. That looks pretty good. But it's like, what's up with that? Why are you so tiny? Like I've been giving them enough water and taking care of them, and no bueno. These are my big onions. I'm going to give them a few more weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2, until I can see them bulbing. So let's go to the cabbage. So this is Copenhagen Cabbage, so they're supposed to be the ginormous ones. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but they are growing, so I'm happy with that. So that's my biggest one so far. Then I have another big one too. It got warmer now, they're heading up nicely. Very, very excited. I want to make some sauerkraut and then make some coleslaw and just some cabbage meals. I love cabbage and it's so good for you guys. And then in the middle, all the way down the middle, I decided to plant some edible flowers. Wouldn't that be so sweet? You can make spices with them. You can put them in a salad. You can put them in drinks. I just think that's so nice, and I wanted to eat some flowers. Does that sound weird? I planted a jasmine, and it smells so nice, and it's so beautiful. I love having this because it's going to climb up over maybe halfway, and then to meet it, I also planted a Muscadine Vine. I don't know if I'm going to get any fruit this year, probably not, but it will take hold and go all up over. We have wild Muscadine vines all around our property, but for the last 2 years I've missed the harvest because the birds have beat me to it, which they might do here. I'll be keeping my eye on it closer, so hopefully I'll get some muscadine grapes and be able to make some muscadine jam. My sister-in-law made an amazing one. I'm addicted, like I could drink that stuff. Over here we have some tomatoes that I planted. I don't know what happened here. There's nothing here, and then there's only a couple, and I know I sowed it like this. So these, I think, are the variety one where it's yellows and oranges and reds and all that stuff. They're gonna come up here, and the rest of its family is on this side, so hopefully it'll meet in the middle. And in between I planted peppers. I don't see any action there. I'm a little disappointed. In here also I have some peppers, and is that a pepper? It might be a weed. I don't know, I have to see. Oh, is that a pepper? It might be grass. I don't know. I have to wait till they get a little bit bigger before I pull them. But right here I do have cucumbers on both sides. And these are the telegraphed cucumbers. They're the English cucumbers that you find in the store. So excited to have these because they're the ones that get long and they stay firm the longest. So we're going to pickle them, eat them, whatever way we want to do that. On the back, the whole back part, and in this side too, I planted peppers. I really do think that's peppers because there's a bunch of them right there. I kind of just threw the seeds out. So bell peppers, sweet peppers, like sweet banana peppers, and jalapeno peppers is what I planted in this bed with all this. And along this strip right here, I planted more tomatoes, the little ones, and then a gourd. I planted 2 gourds, but only one came up. I thought that would be a fun thing to do, so yeah. So right here, this is not kombucha, but it is something really cool I found on the Book of Face. Banana peel fertilizer. I saw this post on Facebook, and it says that, well, actually, I'll show you how to do it right here. What you do is, you take a jar with a lid, and then once you eat a banana, then you're going to take the skin, don't throw it away, and you're going to stick it in your jar. Now, it's better to have more than one banana. 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. I kind of just shoved them in there. I'm gonna eat these bananas, no worries. Maybe not that one. Now for demonstration purposes, I'm not gonna go through all these bananas because that would be wasteful. And then you're gonna fill it up with water. And then you simply just put the lid on and let this set for 3 days. I let mine set for like 4 or 5 because I forgot about it. So put it somewhere you won't forget about it. And it ferments, it actually darkens just like any other fermentation does. You see that? That's buckled. I'm kind of scared. Ooh. Look at that. Okay, let's pour this in. Smells kind of like vinegar. That's weird. That one didn't. More vinegar. Ooh! This one was buckled, so I thought it was going to do that. I didn't expect that. Oh my gosh. Let's just go with it. Look at all that. I mean, it almost has like a lemon, if that's such a thing. Banana lemon is like some kind of acidic vinegar, which is, I mean, that's, I guess the fermentation process is giving it that smell. Let's see if this one, that one's really gross. Oh, nothing. I'm kind of scared. There's no smell really. I mean, a slight smell, but I thought I might puke on this one, but not bad at all. Right, so I will compost these and I will use these to feed my plants and see what it does. So this is supposed to help with, what is it, Riley? I told you to remember this. Magnesium? Potassium. So tomatoes and peppers love potassium. So this gives potassium without the nitrogen. So I'm going to pour this on some of my pepper areas. Hopefully that'll help them, you know, germinate more and come on up and be with us. I just thought it was really cool, and you can see the remnants of the banana. It's kind of gross actually, but it's a cool process, very easy to do. I'm just going to pull it gingerly over this whole bed, and hopefully it will fertilize what we need. Oh, I don't have enough. Here are tomatoes. We'll see if it works. If it does work, that's amazing, because we eat a lot of bananas and it costs me nothing except for the cost of bananas, which I bought anyway. And this way I didn't have to compost them. I actually ate them and then made a cool fertilizer that does not smell like poo. Before we finish our tour, we have a burial. So I made kombucha, and my friend Kendall, she gave me 2 of her mother scobies. Well, when I made kombucha, another SCOBY grew, right? So then I had 3. And I only have a gallon kombucha jar, so I didn't have room for all these mothers. So I'm burying one today, which really does make me sad because they are living organisms. But I figured if I put it in the garden, she will continue to feed my fruits and vegetables, right? And yes, I probably could have cut her up and put her into different beds, but it just seemed wrong, guys. It seemed wrong. So I'm just going to plant her nicely, and I mean, I've been thanking her the whole time because I really do feel guilty. And what's sad is my new SCOBY is going to continue to grow, and it's forming to my kombucha bottle better than these big kombucha SCOBYs, mothers things. So there will be another burial coming soon. Look at that white. Do you see that? Here. Right there. That's some good stuff. That is the breaking down and microorganisms and all the good stuff in your soil. You want to see that white. I'm sorry, Mother. I'm just going to plant the whole thing because this is paper. It will disintegrate. And she looks like a piece of meat.
Like sea pork, stuff you find at the beach.
Sea pork, yes. Quite disgusting. I'm sorry you're so nasty, and I'm sorry that we're done with you, but you have work to do still. Thank you for your service. Have y'all noticed this thing has, like, I don't know if it's doubled in size, but she has gotten a lot bigger, and I am really enjoying this plant. I like her a lot. Always has some blooms on her. This one is a newer one. You see how pink that is? This one's maybe a day older than that new bloom, and this one is the oldest, this lightest pink. Love this. If you haven't got one of these, get one. So moving on, we have our carrots. And like I said in our past video, I wish I would have grown a second bed of 4x8 size bed of carrots because we go through so many. But guys, I found some big ones yesterday when I was watering the garden. Let me see if I can find them again. I did cover them up because I wanted to keep them safe. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Watch this. I think this is the big one. Oh no. Oh, come out. Oh. Wah, wah. That's not the one I was looking for. But it is really cool to be able to grow your own produce. And carrots, like we use all the time. We roast them up. Let me see if I can find another one. Oh, here's a big daddy, I think. Oh, no. I'm failing. There were 3 that were together that were ginormous. That one doesn't look that big. Maybe here? Maybe this one. Ah! Oh my gosh! Come on up. I'll take all of you. Oh. Well, that's a... Oh, it cracked. Did it? No, that was it. That's just sad. Come on. Look at that. You see that? Come on. Get you out of there. Oh. Oh. These ones. Wow. They're besties. They're wrapped around each other.
Holding on for dear life.
Holding on for dear life. Which is weird because, you know, for these right here, I did the, oh, what is, hold on, there's a purple one. Wait a minute. I'll continue that story in a second. Oh, it's not purple, it's just on the top. Okay. Ooh, oh, a big one. Okay, that one's pretty big. It's probably a medium. It's not ginormous, but I like it a lot. We'll eat these tonight. What was the story I was starting with? I have my spinach going to seed, and it's probably about time to pick it. The seeds, that is, because this is done. Oh, goodness. These are the pepper starts that I did in the house. The bell pepper and jalapeno pepper, I planted them here. And then we also, again, have some tomatoes starting. I don't know if that's a weed or a big one back there. I'm not sure what's going on. This is the lettuce. Before a freeze, we cut the lettuce back and then we put a tunnel over it, plastic over it. It's starting to come back. It's actually bolting right here. But my thought process is, which I mentioned in another video also, is we have this pyramid right here. And this is 2 cowl panels I zip tied together and then landscaped tacked down. Right here, before the wind took off, I was trying to explain how I'm going to grow tomato plants up both sides of this A-frame and have lettuce underplanted so that hopefully I can grow it year round. We'll keep it cooler under there so the lettuce won't go to bolt or go to seed. So the romaine still looks nice. It's not bolting. Romaine right here. But I do have some bush tomatoes that are supposed to be coming. Oh, good. I couldn't find them yesterday. So these are bush type tomatoes right here and there. So they're going to get taller and hopefully shade this outside romaine lettuce so that we can still have lettuce all year round. This is basil from Cameron's little grow containers that we did a video on. I should have let her plant these and I totally forgot because, again, during that flooding monsoon time, I had them out to get a little bit of water and they got flooded and they were looking horrible. So I just willy-nilly started planting them myself, and after I was done I was like, oh, Cameron should have planted these. Fail. I did plant a climbing rose here that I had started last year. My sister-in-law actually gave me a piece of her rose, and it grew this much in a year. When I got it, it was down here, so it grew a lot. So the idea is that it's going to grow up and over, maybe to halfway. And then I got another Muscadine grapevine, which is doing far much better than the other one for some reason. All right, guys, that's all I got for today, but I hope this inspired you to get out and plant something, or at least seed start if you're in a colder climate. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.